Stop what you're doing for a moment. Just pause. Now ask yourself this. What would your life look like if you truly got better at everything that mattered? Not someday, not when things slowed down, but starting now. Most people never even ask that question. They settle, they drift, they become experts at excuses and amateurs at action. But not you. You're here because something inside you knows there's more potential, more growth, more power buried under distraction, fear, and procrastination. This book isn't just inspiration, it's instruction. It's not about hype, it's about habits. You're about to discover 10 timeless maxims that the world's top performers, creators, leaders, and visionaries live by every single day. Principles rooted in science, forged by experience, and proven by results. But I'll be honest with you, this only works if you do. Listening alone won't change your life. Acting on what you hear will. So here's your challenge. Don't just listen, commit. Commit to showing up for yourself every day, even when it's hard. Commit to doing the deep work, the quiet work, the kind that pays off in years, not just likes or applause. If you're tired of feeling stuck, if you're done watching others rise while you wonder when your time will come, if you're ready to take ownership of your results, your growth, your future, then don't just play this audiobook. Let it change you. Now, take a breath, hit play, and let's begin the journey to getting better at everything, together. 1. The power of belief, embracing the growth mindset. In the grand tapestry of human achievement, belief stands as the loom upon which our destinies are woven. It is the driving force behind every monumental triumph, the catalyst that propels ordinary individuals toward extraordinary feats. At the heart of this transformative power lies the concept of the growth mindset, an ideology that champions a belief in one's capacity for growth and improvement. In her groundbreaking work, psychologist Carol Dweck introduced the world to the dichotomy of mindsets, the fixed mindset and the growth mindset. Those with fixed mindset view their abilities as static traits, believing that intelligence, talent, and skill are innate qualities that cannot be significantly altered. Conversely, individuals with a growth mindset perceive their abilities as malleable attributes that can be cultivated and developed through effort and perseverance. The implications of these contrasting mindsets reverberate throughout every aspect of our lives. For those entrenched in a fixed mindset, challenges are perceived as insurmountable obstacles, setbacks as damning indictments of their inherent limitations. In contrast, individuals who embrace the growth mindset approach obstacles as opportunities for growth, setbacks as valuable lessons on the path to mastery. Central to the power of belief is its profound impact on our behavior and outcomes. Research has shown that individuals who hold a growth mindset are more resilient in the face of adversity, more motivated to pursue challenging goals, and more likely to persevere in the face of setbacks. By cultivating a belief in potential for improvement, individuals unlock a reservoir of untapped energy and determination, propelling them toward ever higher levels of achievement. But the power of belief extends far beyond mere cognitive reframing. It permeates the very fabric of our identities and aspirations. Our beliefs shape the narratives we construct about ourselves, influencing the goals we set, the actions we take, and the outcomes we achieve. When we internalize the belief that our abilities are not fixed but fluid, we liberate ourselves from the constraints of self-imposed limitations, opening the door to a world of infinite possibility. Embracing the growth mindset is not merely a matter of adopting a set of affirmations or positive thinking techniques. It requires a fundamental shift in our worldview. It demands that we confront our deepest fears and insecurities, challenging the narratives that have long defined our sense of self. It compels us to embrace discomfort, uncertainty, and failure as integral components of the learning process, rather than as signs of inadequacy. In the words of Henry Ford, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. The power of belief lies not in its inherent truth, but in its transformative potential, the capacity to shape our reality in accordance with our deepest convictions. By embracing the growth mindset, We harness this power to transcend our perceived limitations and unlock the boundless potential that resides within each and every one of us. So, as you embark on your journey of self-discovery and personal growth, remember this. Your beliefs are not mere reflections of reality. They are the architects of your destiny. Embrace the growth mindset and watch as the world transforms before your very eyes. Believe in yourself. Believe in your potential. And watch as miracles unfold. 2. Overcoming limiting beliefs. In the intricate labyrinth of the human psyche, beliefs serve as both guiding beacons and formidable barriers. While empowering beliefs can propel us toward greatness, limiting beliefs have the insidious power to shackle our potential and confine us to the narrow confines of self-imposed limitations. Nowhere is this dichotomy more evident than in the realm of personal growth and achievement, where the battle between aspiration and self-doubt rages incessantly. At the heart of this struggle lies the concept of limiting beliefs, deep-seated convictions that constrain our perception of what is possible and inhibit our ability to reach our full potential. Whether born from childhood experiences, societal conditioning, or past failures, these beliefs act as invisible chains, binding us to a reality that falls far short of our true capabilities. The journey toward personal growth and self-actualization demands that we confront these limiting beliefs head-on, challenging their validity and dismantling their hold on our consciousness. But such a task is not for the faint of heart. It requires courage, introspection, and an unwavering commitment to embracing the growth mindset. Central to this process is a recognition that limiting beliefs are not immutable truths, but subjective interpretations of past experiences and societal norms. By interrogating the origins of these beliefs and scrutinizing their underlying assumptions, we begin to unravel the tangled web of self-doubt that has ensnared our potential. One of the most common limiting beliefs is the notion of fixed intelligence, the belief that our abilities are predetermined at birth and cannot be significantly altered through effort or practice. This belief, perpetuated by societal myths of innate talent and genius, serves as a formidable barrier to growth, undermining our confidence and stifling our aspirations. Yet, the truth is far more empowering. Intelligence is not a fixed quantity, but a malleable attribute that can be developed and refined over time. This insight lies at the core of the growth mindset, which posits that our capacity for learning and growth is limited only by the extent of our effort and determination. Overcoming limiting beliefs requires a concerted effort to reframe our perception of ourselves and our abilities. It demands that we replace self-defeating narratives with empowering affirmations, challenging the inner critic that whispers tales of inadequacy and unworthiness. One effective strategy for overcoming limiting beliefs is cognitive restructuring, a process that involves identifying negative thought patterns, challenging their validity, and replacing them with more adaptive beliefs. By consciously reframing our interpretation of past experiences and cultivating a more optimistic outlook on the future, we begin to erode the foundation upon which our limiting beliefs are built. Another powerful tool in the arsenal against limiting beliefs is the practice of visualization, a technique that involves mentally rehearsing success scenarios and embodying the mindset of achievement. By vividly imagining ourselves overcoming obstacles and achieving our goals, we create a blueprint for success that defies the constraints of our limiting beliefs. But perhaps the most potent antidote to limiting beliefs is the cultivation of self-compassion, the practice of treating ourselves with kindness and understanding, especially in the face of failure and adversity. By embracing our imperfections and acknowledging our humanity, we disarm the inner critic that fuels our limiting beliefs, replacing self-judgment with self-acceptance. In the words of Eleanor Roosevelt, "No one can make you feel inferior without your consent." The power to overcome limiting beliefs lies not in the hands of external forces, but within the depths of our own consciousness. By embracing the growth mindset and challenging the validity of our limiting beliefs, we reclaim our agency and unlock the boundless potential that resides within us. So, as you embark on your journey of self-discovery and personal growth, remember this. Your beliefs are not immutable truths, but subjective interpretations of reality. Embrace the growth mindset, challenge your limiting beliefs, and watch as the barriers to your success crumble before your eyes. Believe in yourself. Believe in your potential. And watch as the world transforms in response to your unwavering conviction. 3. Cultivating a growth mindset. In the vast landscape of human potential, the terrain is shaped not by the limits of our abilities, but by the expansiveness of our beliefs. At the heart of this transformative journey lies the concept of the growth mindset, a paradigm shift that holds the key to unlocking untapped reservoirs of talent, resilience, and ingenuity. Cultivating a growth mindset is not merely a matter of adopting a new set of beliefs. It is a profound reorientation of our relationship with ourselves and the world around us. It requires a willingness to challenge deeply ingrained assumptions about our capabilities and embrace the liberating truth that our potential for growth is virtually limitless. At its core, the growth mindset is founded on the belief that intelligence, talent, and ability are not fixed attributes but dynamic qualities that can be developed and refined over time. Rather than viewing failure as a damning indictment of our inherent limitations, individuals with a growth mindset perceive setbacks as valuable opportunities for learning and growth. But cultivating a growth mindset goes beyond mere intellectual affirmation. It requires a commitment to embodying the principles of growth and resilience in every aspect of our lives. It demands that we confront our deepest fears and insecurities, challenging the narratives that have long defined our sense of self-worth and potential. One of the central tenets of the growth mindset is the recognition that effort, rather than innate talent, is the primary driver of success. This empowering insight liberates us from the paralyzing grip of perfectionism and self-doubt, empowering us to embrace challenges with a spirit of curiosity and determination. Another cornerstone of the growth mindset is a belief in the power of yet, a simple word that holds a promise of infinite possibility. Rather than viewing our current abilities as static endpoints, individuals with a growth mindset recognize that they are on a journey of continuous improvement, with each obstacle and setback serving as stepping stones toward mastery. But perhaps the most profound aspect of cultivating a growth mindset is its transformative impact on our relationships and interactions with others. By embracing the growth mindset, we create a culture of collaboration and support, where feedback is welcome as an opportunity for growth rather than a threat to our self-esteem. Research has shown that individuals with a growth mindset are more resilient in the face of adversity, more motivated to pursue challenging goals, and more likely to achieve long-term success. By embracing the growth mindset, we unleash the full potential of our minds and bodies, tapping into reservoirs of creativity, innovation, and resilience that lie dormant within us. So, as you embark on your journey of self-discovery and personal growth, remember this. Your mindset is not a fixed attribute, but a dynamic quality that can be cultivated and refined over time. Embrace the growth mindset. Challenge your assumptions and watch as the world unfolds in response to your unwavering commitment to growth and self-improvement. Believe in yourself. Believe in your potential. And watch as the seeds of possibility blossom into a garden of infinite opportunity. For the art of deliberate practice, practice deliberately, in the pursuit of mastery, there exists a sacred alchemy, a potent blend of passion, persistence, and precision that transforms raw talent into unparalleled expertise. At the heart of this transformative process lies the art of deliberate practice, an approach to skill development that transcends mere repetition and challenges the very limits of human potential. Deliberate practice is not a passive endeavor, but an active engagement with the learning process, a relentless pursuit of improvement fueled by focused effort, strategic planning, and unwavering commitment. Unlike conventional practice, which often involves mindless repetition of familiar tasks, deliberate practice is characterized by an intentional focus on areas of weakness, its systematic approach to skill development, and its relentless pursuit of mastery. Central to the art of deliberate practice is the principle of specificity, the notion that improvement is most pronounced when practice is targeted at specific aspect performance that are in need of refinement. Rather than aimlessly repeating the same exercises ad nauseum, individuals engaged in deliberate practice identify their weaknesses, break them down into manageable components, and systematically address them through focused repetition and feedback. But deliberate practice is not merely about putting in the hours. It is about how those hours are spent. Research has shown that the quality of practice is far more important than the quantity. with deliberate practice yielding exponentially greater gains in skill development than mindless repetition alone. This distinction lies at the heart of the art of deliberate practice, emphasizing the importance of intentionality, focus, and engagement in the learning process. Another key aspect of deliberate practice is its emphasis on feedback. The invaluable insights gleaned from external sources that serve as guideposts on the path to mastery. Whether from coaches, mentors, or peers, feedback provides essential information about areas of improvement, identifies blind spots, and offers strategies for overcoming obstacles. By actively seeking out and incorporating feedback into their practice routines, individuals engaged in deliberate practice accelerate their learning and maximize their potential for growth. Yet, perhaps the most challenging aspect of deliberate practice is its demand for discomfort, the willingness to venture beyond the boundaries of familiarity and confront the edges of one's abilities. In his seminal work, Peak, Secrets from a New Science of Expertise, psychologist Anders Ericsson coined the term deliberate practice to describe the deliberate, structured, and demanding activities that stretch individuals beyond their current capabilities. But it is precisely this discomfort that serves as the crucible of transformation, the crucible in which raw talent is forged into unparalleled expertise. By embracing the challenges inherent in deliberate practice, individuals transcend their limitations, expand their horizons, and unlock the boundless potential that resides within them. So, as you embark on your journey of self-discovery and skill development, remember this. Deliberate practice is not a destination but a journey of relentless pursuit, unwavering commitment, and unyielding determination. Embrace the art of deliberate practice. Challenge yourself to push beyond your limits and watch as the seeds of potential blossom into the fruits of mastery. Believe in yourself. Believe in your potential. And watch as the world unfold in response to your unwavering dedication to excellence. 5. Breaking down skill acquisition. In the symphony of human achievement, skill acquisition serves as a virtuoso's crescendo, a harmonious blend of talent, technique, and tenacity that transforms novices into masters. But behind the veil of effortless proficiency lies a complex and intricate process, a journey of trial and error, refinement and repetition, that unfolds over weeks, months, and even years. At the heart of skill acquisition lies the art of deliberate practice, a disciplined approach to learning that transcends rote memorization and challenges individuals to push beyond their comfort zones in pursuit of mastery. Yet, while deliberate practice provides a blueprint for skill development, the process of breaking down skill acquisition into its constituent parts is equally essential, an endeavor that requires careful analysis, strategic planning, and systematic execution. One of the first steps in breaking down skill acquisition is the identification of the target skill, the specific ability or competency that an individual seeks to develop, whether it be playing a musical instrument, mastering a new language, or honing a physical technique. Clarifying the desired outcome is essential for guiding the learning process and measuring progress along the way. Once the target skill has been identified, the next step is to deconstruct it into its component parts, a process known as chunking. Chunking involves breaking down complex skills into smaller, more manageable units, allowing individuals to focus their attention on mastering one aspect of the skill at a time. By breaking the skill into digestible chunks, learners can more effectively allocate their time and resources, accelerate their learning, and avoid becoming overwhelmed by the complexity of the task at hand. But breaking down skill acquisition goes beyond mere deconstruction. It also requires a systematic approach to practice that emphasizes repetition, feedback, and refinement. Rather than passively consuming information, individuals engaged in skill acquisition must actively engage with the material, seeking out opportunities to apply their knowledge in real-world contexts, receive feedback from mentors or peers, and adjust their approach accordingly. Another essential aspect of breaking down skill acquisition is the cultivation of metacognitive awareness, the ability to monitor, evaluate, and regulate one's own learning process. By developing a keen sense of self-awareness and reflection, individuals can identify areas of strength and weakness, set realistic goals for improvement, and adapt their strategies as needed to optimize their learning outcomes. But perhaps the most crucial element of breaking down skill acquisition is the cultivation of patience and perseverance, the willingness to embrace the inherent challenges and setbacks that accompany the learning process. Mastery is not achieved overnight, nor is it the result of innate talent or intelligence. Instead, it is a product of dedicated effort, relentless practice, and an unwavering commitment to improvement. So, as you embark on your journey of skill acquisition, remember this. Breaking down the process into its constituent parts is the first step toward mastery. Embrace deliberate practice. Deconstruct complex skills into manageable chunks and cultivate metacognitive awareness to optimize your learning outcomes. And above all, have patience and perseverance in abundance. For in the crucible of effort and dedication, true mastery is forged. Believe in yourself. Believe in your potential. And watch as the fruits of your labor blossom into the symphony of human achievement. 6. Designing effective practice routines. In the pursuit of mastery, practice is not merely a means to an end, but the very crucible in which excellence is forged. Yet, not all practice is created equal. While aimless repetition may yield marginal gains, true progress requires a deliberate and strategic approach to skill development. Enter the art of designing effective practice routines, a process that blends science and artistry to optimize learning outcomes and accelerate the journey toward mastery. At its core, effective practice routines are built upon the principles of deliberate practice, a disciplined approach to learning that emphasizes focused effort, targeted feedback, and systematic refinement. But designing such routines is not a one-size-fits-all endeavor. Rather, it requires a deep understanding of one's goals, strengths, and areas of improvement, as well as a willingness to experiment, iterate, and adapt. One of the first steps in designing effective practice routines is to establish clear and achievable goals, specific, measurable objectives that serve as guideposts on the path to mastery. Whether it be mastering a new technique, improving performance in a particular skill, or preparing for a specific challenge or competition, setting clear goals provides direction and focus for the learning process. Once the goals have been established, the next step is to break down the target skill into its constituent parts, a process known as chunking. By deconstructing complex skills into smaller, more manageable units, individuals can more effectively allocate their time and resources, prioritize areas of improvement, and monitor progress along the way. But designing effective practice routines is not just about what you practice. It's also about how you practice. Research has shown that the most effective practice routines are characterized by their intensity, specificity, and variability. Rather than mindlessly repeating the same exercises ad nauseum, individuals engage in deliberate practice vary their routines, challenge themselves with increasingly difficult tasks, and seek out feedback from coaches, mentors, or peers. Another key aspect of designing effective practice routines is the cultivation of a growth mindset, the belief that abilities can be developed and refined through effort and perseverance. By embracing the growth mindset, individuals are more resilient in the face of setbacks, more motivated to pursue challenging goals, and more likely to persist in the face of adversity. But perhaps the most essential element of designing effective practice routines is consistency, the unwavering commitment to showing up day in and day out, rain or shine, to put in the work required for mastery. True progress is not achieved through sporadic bursts of effort, but through the cumulative effect of sustained practice over time. So, as you embark on your journey of skill development and mastery, remember this. Designing effective practice routines is not just about what you do, but how you do it. Set clear goals, break down complex skills into manageable chunks, embrace the growth mindset, and above all, be consistent in your efforts. And watch as the seeds of potential blossom into the fruits of mastery. Believe in yourself. Believe in your potential. And watch as the world unfolds in response to your unwavering commitment to excellence. 7. Finding your passion. Pursue passion with purpose. In the vast tapestry of human experience, Passion serves as a guiding star, the luminous beacon that illuminates our path and infuses our lives with purpose and meaning. Yet for many, the quest to find their passion remains an elusive journey, a labyrinthine odyssey fraught with uncertainty, self-doubt, and indecision. But amidst the chaos and confusion, there exists a simple truth. Passion is not discovered. It is cultivated, a process of self-discovery and exploration that unfolds over time. At its essence, passion is not merely a fleeting emotion or passing fancy, but a deep and abiding connection to something greater than ourselves, a calling, a vocation, or a cause that resonates with the very core of our being. Whether it be in pursuit of creative expression, intellectual inquiry, or social change, passion is the driving force that propels us toward our highest aspirations and deepest desires. But finding your passion is not a passive endeavor. It requires a proactive approach to self-discovery, a willingness to explore new horizons, and a commitment to embracing the unknown. Rather than waiting for passion to find us, we must actively seek it out, casting aside the shackles of expectation and convention in pursuit of our truest selves. One of the first steps in finding your passion is to cultivate self-awareness, a deep and honest reflection on your interests, values, and strengths. What activities bring you joy and fulfillment? What causes ignite a fire within your soul? What talents and abilities do you possess that you are eager to cultivate and share with the world? By asking these questions and listening to the whispers of your heart, you can begin to uncover the seeds of passion that lie dormant within you. But finding your passion is not just about introspection. It also requires experimentation and exploration. Rather than confining yourself to the familiar confines of your comfort zone, venture boldly into uncharted territory, seeking out new experiences, hobbies, and interests that ignite your curiosity and fuel your imagination. Whether it be through travel, volunteering, or simply trying out new activities, the key is to remain open-minded and receptive to the possibilities that await. Yet, perhaps the most important aspect of finding your passion is to approach the journey with a spirit of curiosity and playfulness, to embrace the process as an adventure rather than a destination. Allow yourself the freedom to follow your instincts, to make mistakes, and to course correct along the way. Remember that passion is not a fixed destination, but a dynamic and ever-evolving journey, a journey that is as much about the process as it is about the outcome. But finding your passion is not enough. It must be coupled with purpose, intention, and action. Once you have identified your passion, ask yourself, how can I channel this passion into a meaningful pursuit that serves not only myself but others as well? Whether it be through creative expression, social activism, or entrepreneurial ventures, the key is to align your passion with a greater purpose, one that transcends personal gratification and contributes to the greater good. In the words of Howard Thurman, don't ask yourself what the world needs. Ask yourself what makes you come alive, and go do that, because what the world needs is people who come alive. So, as you embark on your journey of self-discovery and passion-seeking, remember this. Your passion is not a distant dream, but a living, breathing reality waiting to be unleashed. Embrace the journey, trust in the process, and above all, believe in the transformative power of passion to light the way toward a brighter, more fulfilling future. Believe in yourself. Believe in your potential. And watch as the world unfold in response to your unwavering commitment to pursuing passion with purpose. 8. Aligning passion with purpose. In the intricate dance of existence, passion and purpose intertwine as inseparable partners, guiding us along the winding path of self-discovery and fulfillment. Yet, while passion ignites the flames of our desires, purpose provides the guiding light that illuminates our journey and infuses our lives with meaning and direction. Together, they form the bedrock upon which our deepest aspirations are built, a foundation of intentionality, authenticity, and alignment with our truest selves. At its essence, aligning passion with purpose is about more than just finding something that excites us. It's about discovering a calling, a vocation, or a cause that resonates with the very core of our being. It's about uncovering the unique gifts and talents that we bring to the world and channeling them toward a greater good, a purpose larger than ourselves that gives our lives meaning and significance. But aligning passion with purpose is not always a straightforward endeavor. It requires a deep and introspective exploration of our values, desires, and aspirations. What we care about deeply. What causes are we willing to devote our time and energy to? What impact do we hope to make in the world? By asking ourselves these questions and listening to the whispers of our hearts, we can begin to uncover the threads of purpose that run through the fabric of our lives. Once we have identified our passions and purpose, the next step is to align them in harmony, a process that requires intentionality, focus, and commitment. Rather than pursuing our passions in isolation, we must seek out opportunities to weave them together with our sense of purpose, aligning our actions and aspirations with our deepest values and beliefs. One powerful way to align passion with purpose is through service to others, using our passions and talents to make a positive impact in the lives of those around us. Whether it be through volunteering, mentorship, or advocacy, the act of giving back not only enriches the lives of others, but also deepens our own sense of purpose and fulfillment. Another key aspect of aligning passion with purpose is to cultivate a growth mindset, a belief in our capacity to learn, grow, and evolve in pursuit of our goals. By embracing the growth mindset, we can overcome the inevitable challenges and setbacks that arise on the path to purpose, viewing them as opportunities for learning and growth rather than obstacles to be overcome. But perhaps the most important aspect of aligning passion with purpose is to live with intention, to approach each day with clarity, focus, and mindfulness, aligning our actions with our values and priorities. Whether it be through setting goals, creating a daily routine, or practicing gratitude, the key is to cultivate a sense of purposeful living that infuses every moment with meaning and significance. In the word of author and activist Helen Keller, many persons have a wrong idea of what constitutes true happiness. It is not attained through self-gratification, but through fidelity to a worthy purpose. So, as you embark on your journey of aligning passion with purpose, remember this. True fulfillment is not found in the pursuit of pleasure or possessions, but in the pursuit of something greater than ourselves, a purpose that gives our lives meaning and significance. Believe in yourself. Believe in your potential. And watch as the alignment of passion with purpose propels you toward a life of profound fulfillment and purposeful living. 9. Sustaining motivation. In the grand symphony of human achievement, motivation serves as the driving force, the propellant that fuels our aspirations and propels us toward our goals. Yet, like a flickering flame in the wind, motivation is a fleeting and ephemeral force, one that waxes and wanes with the tides of circumstance and emotion. In the pursuit of our passions and purpose, sustaining motivation becomes not only a challenge but a critical imperative, a constant dance between inspiration and discipline, desire and determination. At its essence, sustaining motivation is about more than just summoning the willpower to take action. It's about cultivating a deep and abiding connection to our passions, values, and aspirations. It's about tapping into the wellspring of intrinsic motivation that lies within us, a source of energy and enthusiasm that transcends external rewards and incentives. But sustaining motivation is not always easy, especially in the face of adversity, setbacks, and inevitable challenges that arise on the path to purpose. Yet, it is precisely in these moments of struggle that our commitment to our passions and purpose is put to the test, where the true depth of our determination and resilience is revealed. One of the key strategies for sustaining motivation is to cultivate a clear and compelling vision of our goals and aspirations, a vivid mental image that serves as a beacon of inspiration and guidance on our journey. Whether it be through visualization, journaling, or creating a vision board, the act of clarifying our goals and aspirations helps to reinforce our sense of purpose and keeps us focused on the bigger picture. Another essential aspect of sustaining motivation is to cultivate a growth mindset, a belief in our capacity to learn, grow, and overcome obstacles in pursuit of our goals. By embracing the growth mindset, we can view setbacks and challenges not as insurmountable barriers, but as opportunities for growth and learning, propelling us forward with renewed determination and resilience. But perhaps the most powerful way to sustain motivation is through the power of community and connection, surrounding ourselves with like-minded individuals who share our passions, values, and aspirations. Whether it be through joining a mastermind group, participating in a support network, or seeking out mentors and role models, the support and encouragement of others can provide the fuel we need to keep going when going gets tough. Yet, sustaining motivation is not just about external sources of inspiration. It's also about cultivating habits and routines that support our goals and aspirations. Whether it be through creating a daily ritual, setting aside dedicated time for focused work, or breaking our goals down into smaller, more manageable tasks, the key is to create an environment that nurtures and supports our motivation. In the words of author motivational speaker Tony Robbins, the path to success is to take massive, determined action. So, as you embark on your journey of sustaining motivation, remember this. True success is not achieved through sporadic bursts of effort, but through the consistent and determined pursuit of our passions and purpose. Believe in yourself. Believe in your potential. And watch as the sustained motivation propels you toward a life of profound fulfillment and purposeful living. 10. Adapting strategies for improvement. In the intricate dance of personal and professional growth, adaptation serves as a choreographer, the guiding force that shapes our movements, refines our techniques, and propels us toward excellence. Yet, adaptation is not a passive act, but an active and intentional process, a continuous cycle of reflection, experimentation, and adjustment that enables us to evolve and thrive in an ever-changing world. At its essence, adapting strategies for improvement is about more than just reacting to feedback. It's about proactively seeking out opportunities for growth, learning, and innovation. It's about embracing change as a catalyst for improvement, rather than a barrier to success, and leveraging feedback as a powerful tool for transformation and progress. One of the first steps in adapting strategies for improvement is to cultivate a mindset of curiosity and openness, a willingness to explore new ideas, challenge assumptions, and step outside of our comfort zones in pursuit of growth. Rather than clinging to the familiar or the known, we approach feedback with a sense of humility and receptivity, recognizing that there is always room for improvement and growth. But adaptation is not just about receiving feedback. It's also about how we choose to respond to it. Rather than viewing feedback as a threat or a judgment, we see it as a valuable opportunity for learning and development, a chance to identify blind spots, uncover hidden strengths, and refine our approach to achieve better results. By embracing feedback with an open mind and a growth mindset, we can transform criticism into constructive insights and turn setbacks into stepping stones toward success. Another key aspect of adapting strategies for improvement is the willingness to experiment and iterate, to try new approaches, take calculated risks, and learn from both successes and failures. Rather than sticking to the same old routines or strategies, we remain flexible and adaptable, constantly refining our methods and adjusting our course based on the feedback we receive and the results we achieve. But perhaps the most important aspect of adapting strategies for improvement is the recognition that growth is a journey, not a destination, that success is not measured by perfection, but by progress. By embracing this mindset of continuous improvement, we free ourselves from the pressure to always get it right, and instead focus on the process of learning, growing, and evolving as individuals and professionals. In the words of pioneering psychologist Carol Dweck, becoming is better than being. So, as you embark on your journey of adapting strategies for improvement, remember this. It's not about where you are now, but where you're headed. Embrace change as a catalyst for growth. Welcome feedback as a valuable tool for learning. And watch as the power of adaptation propels you toward a future filled with infinite possibilities and boundless opportunities for success. Believe in yourself. Believe in your potential. And watch as the journey of adaptation unfolds, revealing new horizons, unlocking hidden potentials, and propelling you toward your goals and aspirations.